There's a pandemic around us, but I'm not talking about COVID. Loneliness is a pandemic. It's not talked about much, it's not seen as terribly bad, but it actually is. Loneliness puts you at a similar risk of heart disease and stroke as someone who smokes or someone who is obese. And that's not to mention the large mental health problems that arise with social isolation. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 steps to making quality friends, and it's going to be advice that you've never heard of before. I can guarantee the advice you've heard of before is like, oh, just join a club, bro. Be more confident. This is terrible advice given by people who just made the video to get some views. They haven't leveled up their friendship making skill. I have. I'm going to show you exactly what works. I'm not going to give you my life story. If you want to watch the 6-year self-improvement journey, there'll be the little card on screen right now. These 3 steps worked for me. They'll work for you. They'll work for anyone else because they're just bulletproof ways of making friends. And it's unfortunate that you've never been taught this before. You would be really happy if a cool guy invited you to do something fun. I think we all would. And we know that if we went to this fun event with other people, we would probably make friends. We just need an invite to do something fun. Well, everyone is waiting for that cool guy to invite them into the fun. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to become that cool guy who has fun things to do that you can invite other people into. And boys, this is massive. This is what changed it all for me. Instead of waiting for people to make me their friend, I became the person who was making people my friend. There's a big difference. If you're waiting for that cool guy to come across and invite you into something, you're going to be waiting a while. There's not many people who are that outgoing. And the benefits are much higher when you are the cool guy, when you are the guy inviting people into the fun. People respect you more. People just seem to like you more, and you just make so many more friends. It's like being the host of the party. Everyone is grateful for you. There's one downside I'm going to be completely honest with. The downside of being the fun guy who approaches people and initiates with them is that you risk getting rejected. You risk approaching someone, inviting them to do something fun with you, and them saying no. It is a downside, it is uncomfortable, it is scary, but I think if you're on the self-improvement grind, you know that rejection and uncomfortability usually leads to the greater reward. Every rejection is one step closer to success. We must fail to succeed. The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. So let's begin. Step 1, have cool stuff planned in the week that you are going to do with or without anyone else. I don't know many people at all who do this step, so that probably means that you are not currently doing it, so you could benefit from this. Most of us, without even meaning to, live quite ordinary, somewhat boring lives. The height of our fun is just what we consume, what we're watching on Netflix, what video game we're playing. And if you're watching this video, you know that these things don't really lead to quality real life friendships. So step 1 is all about just having one thing to do a week that is fun, and you're going to do it yourself with or without anyone else. That part is important. It's got to be something that you would do alone, because then it takes the stress off it. You're not stressed about inviting someone else, and if someone else does join you, even better. If they don't, that's fine. You are going to do the fun thing anyway. Let me give you some examples. So the fun thing you have planned could be a big leg session. You're going to hit a new PR on squats on Wednesday. Now you have something fun to invite other guys to because you've already got it booked in your calendar for Wednesday. So when you meet a guy who goes to the gym, you tell him, hey, I'm going to hit a big leg session on Wednesday. I bet I can squat more than you. Come, let's find out. We'll do a session together on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Inviting guys I meet to join me in a gymnastic ring session has been so easy to make new friends. I literally just tell them when and where I'm going to train, and any guy who seems quite similar to me, because I would be excited for this invitation, they're down. They're actually very excited and grateful to come down and train with me. I already know I'm going to get along with these guys because then if they do come and train, we've got some kind of common interest, which is exercise. Exercise, sports, competition is what brings men together. It always has, it always will. So that's exercise, and maybe that's biased because I like to work out, but honestly, this fun thing that you have planned in the week can be anything. It could be going to a particular shop because you want to buy something, a new restaurant that you want to try, a movie night at your place, a party that you're hosting. In my second year of university, I held parties in my student flat, and that's how I got to know so many people in literally just the first few days of everyone moving in. So straight away you can see that step one requires more commitment from you. It's now suddenly your responsibility. This is why it's a little bit harder. You have to plan it, you most likely have to host the fun events, likely at your place, if the real pandemic allows it. This makes it somewhat more risky for us, with more responsibility, but then the rewards are greater as well. Everyone wants to meet the guy who is the host, the guy who has already scheduled and had made himself responsible for the fun event, so everyone else just wants to be invited to the fun. So if you're the one inviting people, you're the attractive person, you're the one that people are grateful for meeting. So for step one, start having something fun planned in your week. You can use the examples that I've gave, or you can just think of something that you would actually enjoy with or without anyone else, and it would be cool if someone else joined with you. Plan it for the exact day and time, and then that's your easy invitation to new people that you meet. So step two, be the initiator. So you've got something fun planned, but maybe you've got no one to invite. You want to meet completely new people. This is where being the initiator comes in, and it's what we mentioned earlier. It is somewhat uncomfortable, but like we said, uncomfortability, rejection leads to success. The benefit of this step is that it beats the crabs in a bucket mentality that so many people in their self-improvement journey face. You've progressed your life a lot, you've changed, and now you're not so similar to your old friends anymore. You want to stop smoking, you want to reduce how much you drink, you want to quit video games, and your friends don't. Your friends don't really want to change. That's okay, they're allowed to choose their behavior, but life would be more fulfilling for you if you met new people who were exactly in line with your current values and beliefs and goals. So any new people you meet and invite to the fun stuff you have planned would reflect your current beliefs, your current self. This is how you get quality friends, by meeting people whose characteristics you value today. So the real question is, how do you actually go about meeting new people? And this is where all of the bad advice that I've seen online comes, like, oh, just join a martial arts. That is terrible advice. Any young man taking that advice specifically to make friends, it's the wrong mentality completely. You go to a club like that to learn the discipline. Maybe you'll end up getting somewhat close to some people when you've been training with them for months. That's too slow. I'm going to teach you how to start meeting new people that could potentially be quality friends starting today. Practice approaching, initiate conversations with strangers. This is what I call the old man vibe. Old men don't give a fuck. Old men have ultra high confidence. It's like they don't have any approach anxiety. They'll walk past you and just casually say something like it's completely normal to talk to a stranger. It was completely normal to talk to a stranger before social media. Some people find it weird. Some people won't want to speak to you. The people who you want to meet will. It's like getting immediate feedback. This is a streamlined process of meeting people who vibe with you. Getting rejected here is fantastic. Straight away you know, okay, this person is clearly not going to be a quality friend of mine. All right, good. Anyone who would become a quality friend of yours would be grateful that you had the confidence and courage to initiate conversation and approach them. My personal experience doing this has been amazing. It was so uncomfortable to start because I wasn't used to it. I thought it was weird to speak to people. But then I realized that is because of social media. It really is. I swear that if we could look to videos or, somehow time travel back in time, people would have spoke to each other. When you didn't have your phones, you would have spoke to other people in real life. And so people find it weird now, especially my age and young people. We find it weird if someone comes speak to you. But I'm telling you, the people who are making new friends, who are becoming popular, and the people the young guys who are actually getting girls are the ones who approach and break this uncomfortability barrier. Because it's respectful. It is such a admirable skill to be able to speak to a stranger and risk being rejected. After a while, for me, the approach anxiety just dropped off, and of course, I knew it was going to. It's like anything in life is just a skill, And we know how skills work in games. You get experience, so you get XP every action you do, and then you level up and level up and level up. So of course, when you practice approaching, you level up, and then it just feels easier and more natural. There's a mentality I want to give to you. You don't just approach and initiate conversation with people you actually want. Don't just reserve yourself for a girl you're attracted to or a potential new friend. You should approach everyone. Everyone. Why? Because it's practice. If you wait until there's a girl that you want, you're probably not going to approach her because you're not used to approaching people. So practice approaching and initiating conversation with everyone. Old man vibe. Cashiers, people who walk past you on the street, someone walking their dog, bartenders. Speak to everyone and show a bit of interest. Be interested in them, in your fellow human. Bring real life interactions back into the norm. Every pleasant conversation you have with a stranger is a success. It slowly beats loneliness. Every rejection that you get is also success because you've just gained more and more experience and you're almost leveled up your initiating conversation skill. You gain 15 XP whether or not the approach went good. All you have to do is open your mouth and say some words. You could stutter, you could stumble your words, you could say something stupid. It doesn't matter. The moment you've done the approach, the moment you've initiated conversation, you've won. It's all about your performance and not their reaction. So set a goal. Initiate a conversation with a stranger once per day for the rest of your life. Is that reasonable? Yeah. Will it lead to massive benefits over your life? Yes. Of course you'd miss some days, but if you actively try to hit this goal of just one approach every single day for the rest of your life, you will build up some incredible habit and you will get old man vibe when you're still young. So you've already got something fun planned in the week. You're now approaching new people, initiating conversation, and anyone who seems to vibe nicely with you, you invite them to the fun stuff that you have planned. This is why we did step 1 first of having something fun planned, because when you meet someone new, the way to actually solidify that friendship more than just adding each other on Instagram and then never seeing each other again, because that's pointless. The way to solidify that friendship is to meet up ASAP. Meet up and do something together. You're not going to be friends if you don't meet each other up after you've initiated conversation. So now you've already got something fun planned. So you meet a guy, he goes to the gym, you tell him you've got a big session with 2 other guys, he's down. Now you've got a new friend. You meet a group of girls, you tell them you've got a party on Saturday, they're down, you've got new friends. And look at this, you're now the cool guy who's approaching people and inviting them into the fun. Your whole vibe has just changed and people will treat you differently. You're no longer trying to get friends, you're inviting people into your fun life. There's a very big difference of personality here. You will feel happier and more social, people will respect you more, and I think you'll make a lot more friends this way. Finally, step 3, get outside more. This doubles down on the previous 2 steps, and by get outside more, I literally mean be outside of your house for longer than you currently are. I used to come home from school or from work, sit down on my computer and wonder why I wasn't making any new friends. You have to actually go outside and be around people to create these opportunities of new friendship. So go for a daily walk, work out in a park, go really fast on your bike, take your laptop and go to a coffee shop to do a bit of work. Opportunities arise when you leave your house. This is how you naturally meet more people, by just being outside more. So think of a few things you can do a couple days a week and start doing them. For me, I started going on a walk almost every single day and I work out in a big nature park with the gym rings. All right, now I've got a bonus point for you guys. Read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This is a life-changing book. It is literally the cheat code to a better social life. I've been reading it for the last month. I wish someone gave me this book when I was 18. There's a reason why this is one of the most famous books ever. This page right here, these 6 principles, if you internalize them, you will never struggle to make friends ever again. I think I can actually promise you that. Since I've been reading this book, other people have actually noticed my social skills, and I thought my social skills were already quite good before this book, but now it seems to have just leveled me up even further. So if you think you've already got good social skills, I think you'll still have something to benefit by reading this book. Just yesterday, a girl even said to me, "You make friends literally everywhere you go, don't you?" This was not true a month ago before I read How to Win Friends and Influence People. It now seems to be the case that no matter where I am, I end up having a friendly conversation with someone because I just read this book. If you can trust my word for it, I cannot recommend this book enough for anyone that wants to improve their social skills. The link is in the description. Go and buy the book right now. So obviously, if you've watched this far, this is something you want. You want to meet new people. But we as modern day humans, we struggle to take action. You've watched this video, you're probably gonna watch the next YouTube video, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And then in some time, you're pretty much gonna forget this video. You're gonna forget this idea of making new friends. If you want to level up your friendship making skill, you have to get the experience, the XP. It's hard, it's uncomfortable, but so is feeling lonely. So you may as well experience the uncomfortability for the greater good. Try making the changes I taught you in this video. Here's a quick recap. 1. Have cool things planned in your week that you're going to do with or without anyone else. 2. Be the initiator, practice approaching, initiate conversation with strangers. And 3. Get outside more. Set yourself a very reasonable goal. Write that goal down. That's actually very important. If you do just one thing, if you can physically write a goal down right now, you will already be a level ahead. You will already be taking a massive step forward than if you just think about this. Because we know our minds aren't that good. Grab a piece of paper right now, grab your phone right now, go onto the notes, write down a goal. For example, initiate conversation with 10 strangers by September 30th. That's your goal. Initiate conversation with 10 strangers by September 30th. I've said it now, you've heard it, so you can't back out of it now. Initiate conversation with 10 strangers by September 30th. Come back here and tell me how it went. Leave a comment if you're going to do this. I will personally hold you accountable. Thank you for watching the entire video. You've bumped up my YouTube retention rate. So if you learned something from this YouTube video, that's massive. Turn on the post notifications and maybe you'll learn something from my next one. And my next video is actually going to be kind of fun. It's going to be 2 skills that you can do to impress your new friends. I'm going to teach you quickly how to beatbox and how to do clap push-ups. So if you make some new friends, you can impress them with your new beatboxing skill. So turn on the post notifications and then you'll get a message for the next video. Yo guys, I'm also doing online personal development, so if you want to fast track your self-improvement and get extra help, we'll be doing one-on-one video calls. It's hosted on Fiverr and it's about 30% off right now, so go to that link if you want me to personally help you with the progress that you want to make.